For years, we've perfected text-based chatbots that can write code, draft essays, and synthesize complex arguments. But the moment you ask an automated system to navigate a physical workspace or process visual information, it hits a wall. In the real world, the system is essentially blind. Historically, giving software the ability to see required a massive budget. You had to hire developers to write custom extraction code for every specific visual task, turning what should be a simple workflow into a prolonged engineering project. Even standard optical character recognition, or OCR, breaks down constantly. OCR tries to read text line by line. Feed it a crumpled receipt or a misaligned invoice, and the text scrambles, causing the entire automation pipeline to fail. Google Gemini 2.0 Flash addresses this by treating imagery and video with the same fluency it uses to process human language. Removing the code requirement for visual recognition shifts the focus from engineering how a machine sees to deciding what it should do with that information. It turns a months-long development cycle into a configuration task. Let's start with two-dimensional spatial awareness. Imagine looking at a cluttered urban parking lot and trying to identify every specific type of vehicle. In the past, achieving this level of detection meant manually tagging thousands of images to train a custom machine learning model. If you decided you wanted to find sedans instead of trucks, you had to start the training process over. Gemini 2.0 Flash uses prompt-based bounding boxes. You specify what to look for in plain English. Type a command to locate all delivery vans, and the AI instantly maps the exact spatial coordinates of every van in the frame. Because you no longer spend weeks training a model, you can launch contextual image search engines or automated visual sorting tools in a single day. Moving beyond physical objects, we encounter the challenge of semantic understanding, specifically extracting the actual meaning behind messy, unstructured paperwork. Rules-based software relies on predictability. If you program a bot to pull the total amount from the bottom right corner of an invoice, it will fail the moment a vendor moves that total to the top left. This schematic shows a typical chaotic payslip. Gemini takes in the entire visual layout at once to understand context. It identifies key data based on spatial relationships, then translates that context into a perfectly structured spreadsheet grid. For solo entrepreneurs, you can route every mismatched receipt and invoice directly into a clean database, providing zero-touch financial and administrative automation. The final capability of visual AI is temporal understanding, the ability to process and analyze moving video content as it unfolds over time. Cataloging media, auditing SEO tags, and moderating content has historically required thousands of human hours of simply watching and logging footage. You paste a public URL, and Gemini watches the footage frame by frame. As it scans, a horizontal timeline expands, generating highly detailed, time-stamped metadata, logging exactly when a brand logo appears or a person enters the frame. You can organize and repurpose thousands of hours of footage without watching a single second yourself. It's a massive lever for managing media operations. As these coding barriers fall away, the limits on what a single person can build shift from technical resources to creative direction. You can now chain these spatial, semantic, and temporal capabilities together. An incoming email triggers an image search, which extracts structured data, which then categorizes a video file. The creator's role is no longer to perform the manual labor of sorting and labeling. Instead, your job is to direct AI agents that observe and react to the world in real time. These vision models serve as the foundation for building efficient data pipelines that operate entirely in the background. Automation is no longer limited to what can be typed into a field. By delegating sight to Gemini, The scope of what one person can manage expands to any dataset that can be photographed or filmed. Subscribe to AI and Gen Z to see how these vision-driven workflows are being built.